time you gaze out at Lake Michigan, think about this. There are actually 2,500 shipwrecks beneath the waves, and around 1,000 of those have never been found. The Great Lakes were once a freeway system for ships. Today, divers are committed to discovering those wrecks and solving the mysteries of what caused them to disappear. Fox 6's Jenna Sachs takes you inside the competitive business of shipwreck hunting.
Sunrise today is at 7:21 a.m. for portions of Lake Michigan. No hazardous weather is expected at this time.
So we should have nice weather today.
Day is breaking as Captain Yitka Hanakova and her crew climb on board the Molly V.
Let's go diving.
On this morning,
The pool is opened.
Hanakova is leading a chartered dive into Lake Michigan.
A lot of work for a lot of fun.
She's taking paying divers 7 miles northeast of Milwaukee to the watery tomb of the Milwaukee car ferry.
Behave down there.
Have a nice dive.
Hanakova and her second in command, Dave Sutton, plunge in, taking divers 125 feet below the water's surface for an up-close look at the wooden ship that sank back in 1929.
The cold water keeps it's almost like in a refrigerator.
Hanakova and her crew are shipwreck hunters. To them, the bottom of Lake Michigan is a museum. Its shipwrecks, the exhibits. Better preserved than most ocean wrecks, the still intact pilot houses, portholes, and propellers tell stories of the people who built Milwaukee.
A lot of these wrecks sank with complete and total loss of life. We treat them as graves, and we show a lot of respect to the wrecks.
Just last year, Hanakova joined the elite of underwater archaeologists by discovering the L.R. Doty, which was at the time the largest wooden ship still missing in Lake Michigan.
I went there with my boat and literally ran circles around until it popped on my fish finder. I was excited. When I saw it pop on the screen, it was huge.
Shipwreck hunting is more passion than profit.
That's the life of a boat captain.
Charter dives like today help cover the weeks spent poring over historical records.
A lot of background work goes into locating a wreck like this. The divers that come out on the boat and pay to go just think it's easy. You come and find the buoy, snap the boat to it, and jump into the water and go.
In just the last few weeks, the Molly V has begun searching for one particular wreck. They believe it's somewhere near Milwaukee.
Her position is known within some relative certainty, perhaps within 5 miles.
It should be fairly easy to find it once we plot down the search area, search grid.
As to the day she was lost,
For help, they turn to Brendan Baylod.
it's not as simple, it never is, with wreck hunting as drawing, the X where the lanes meet.
Baylod has created the most comprehensive database of Lake Michigan wrecks.
It's a real science. The Great Lakes was the freeway.
He's helping Hanakova and Sutton plot the location of the Alice C. Wilds,
We start where these lines cross.
a lumber steamer missing since 1892.
The Alice C. Wilds is what I would call low-hanging fruit.
The Wilds had been traveling in foul weather when it crashed into another steamer.
As their bad luck would have it, the steamer Douglas happened to be on the same track at the exact same time. The Wilds went down very quickly.
Using 19th century shipping routes, Baylod maps the exact point where the two boats should have collided.
If I had to guess, I would say the ship is between 18 and 21 miles off Milwaukee. Something in the neighborhood of a 15 square mile search grid.
Finding the Wilds could take one weekend or as long as a month.
It's going to be a lot of searching.
The crew will use new sonar equipment,
It's going to be a nice system.
which uses sound waves to capture images of the lake floor.
Begin doing what's called mowing the lawn, which means just making pass after pass after pass.
The Molly V crew is confident they'll find the Wilds, but first they'll have to wait for calmer spring waters.
Molly V clearing to 16.
It's an adventure they live for.
It's meticulous work. It's often frustrating. Every now and then you strike gold.
It takes a lot of time and effort. So when we finally find something and are able to identify it, it's like solving a piece of history.
That's going to be quite something if we find it.
Now that Hanakova's crew has that sonar equipment, they expect to uncover 2 to 3 wrecks every year. Now, because this is a competitive business, the crew wouldn't spill all of their secrets to us, but they tell us they're hot on the trail of a few other wrecks besides the Wilds. They're hoping to have some big announcements after searching this spring. Back to you guys.
Wow.